Hi everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to make clay hair cleansing and conditioning bars. And if you have not washed your hair with clay before and you have natural or very thick curly hair, I would really highly recommend that you give this a try because it is really moisturizing and conditioning, and it cleanses your hair without stripping it from all of the vital oils and nutrients that thick curly hair needs to keep itself looking good. Even if you have straighter hair or looser curls or thinner hair, this is a great treatment that you can use as a conditioner. The difference being, if you have natural thick curly hair, I would recommend using this as your cleanser and conditioner. If you have straighter or looser curls or finer hair, I would recommend using this as a pre-shampoo condition. Either way, using clay to cleanse and condition your hair is absolutely amazing. The problem I have found with myself is that every time I go to cleanse my hair using this method, it takes me so much time to get everything together and mix everything together that I find myself opting for alternative methods. And then my hair doesn't look as good and it doesn't feel as good, and I really regret not having done the clay wash. So what I'm going to show you how today is how to make this conditioner hair wash, clay hair wash, and put it into little bars so that all you have to do when you're ready to cleanse or condition your hair is melt the bars with some warm liquid of your choice. And in this recipe, I'm going to use aloe vera juice and coconut water. So what I'm going to do is and again, you can go down to my website and get this exact recipe. This will also be in the book that I'll be putting out. You can find more about that in the About box. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use cocoa butter. I'm going to use bentonite clay, Rasool clay. I'm also going to use raw cacao powder. And if you have dark hair, this is a really great conditioner for your hair. And I'm also going to use avocado oil, coconut oil, and an essential oil blend. And I'm going to show you how to mix these up, and we're going to melt them. We're going to make these little bars. And when I'm ready to use, I'll just take a few of these bars, melt them with my desired liquid, and then apply it to my hair as I normally would. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to melt my cocoa butter and my coconut oil. Okay, there we go. I have my cocoa butter and my coconut oil melted, and I'm going to add the avocado oil. Again, for the amounts for this recipe, you can just go to my website and the link will be in the About box. But I've added my avocado oil. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my clays. So I'm going to first add the bentonite clay. And this may look like a lot. You can always reduce the recipe in half. I'm just this is going to make about 10 of these little squares, so I don't have to make them for a while. But you can always make less. And you can just store these in a cool location and they'll be ready to use. You just add the hydrant of your choice. Again, I'll show you, I'm going to use aloe vera juice and coconut water combination. You can use whatever you like. So there I've added the bentonite clay. Now I'm going to add my Rasool clay, equal parts. And again, you can go to the About box and go to my website and get the exact recipe. So as I'm stirring the clay and it's starting to get thicker and thicker, like mud. And I just want to mix it to the point of where there's no longer any lumps in here. Lumps mean that you basically have pockets of undistributed clay. So I'm going to just keep mixing this. This is almost like pudding. like a nice pudding texture. So I'm going to continue to mix it until some of those lumps are gone. I'm also going to add my raw cacao powder. This is, again, a great addition for the hair, particularly if you have dark hair. And I add the clays and the powders one at a time so that I can mix and stir after each one to help in the distribution process. So again, the more I add, the thicker it gets, and it's like a really nice pudding texture right about now. The very last thing that I'm going to add is I'm going to add my essential oil blend, and in this combination I really like for hair, it is rosemary essential oil, clary sage essential oil, tea tree oil, ylang ylang essential oil, and peppermint essential oil. And again, I'll have the exact measurements for those in the about box. Okay, so that's looking really good. If you can see that, it's a nice pudding-like consistency. It actually smells really good too with the cocoa butter and coconut oil, and it's going to smell even more delicious once I add the essential oil combination. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this silicone square bite-sized mold. You can use whatever you have. Silicone is the easiest because things pop out. So if you've got like little mini muffin tins, that works too. And I'm hoping to get about 10 bars out of here. Okay, so there we go. I've poured it into my silicone square molds, and just as I hoped, I was able to get 10 cubes or squares out of there, and depending on the length of your hair will how many bars you use will vary depending on the length of your hair. For me, I use 2.5 bars, so this is actually going to last me for 4 applications, and I only do the clay wash once a month. So I do a co-wash on a weekly basis, and every 4th week I will use my my cleansing bars here. So this is going to last me 4 months, which is great. So I have no excuse now not to use my clay hair cleansers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this harden. And again, the cocoa butter is a pretty solid butter or oil, and so once that gets hard, then I'll actually be able to pop them out of the molds. So you can just, depending on where you live, you can leave it out. I'm going to pop these in the refrigerator and wait for them to harden. Okay, so now my bars have had a chance to cool, and I was able to pop them out of the mold. So now I have these handy little cubes, and what you can do is you can store them in a nice glass jar of some sort, and you can leave them as is, or if it tends to get warm in your area like it does here, you can put this in the refrigerator. Incidentally, this is a really nice gift to give to somebody who is going through the transition of having relaxed hair to natural hair. And it's a nice gift, for example, if somebody's done the big chop, and this is something really nice to help them ease into that transition, make them feel good about the decision that they're making with their hair. So you can package it in a nice little jar with a bow on it and give it to them as a gift. Or you can keep it for yourself. So I'm going to show you how to use these bars once you get ready to cleanse and condition your hair. So for my hair, I'm actually just going to try to get away with 2 bars today, just to show you so I don't have to cut anything. And depending on the size of your bars that you make, the size of your mold, and the texture and consistency that you like it will depend on the amount of liquid that you add. For myself, I found with that particular mold, 1 ounce of liquid per bar is sufficient. So I have 2 bars here, and I have 2 ounces of liquid. Here I have a mixture of coconut water and aloe vera gel. You can just use one or the other or neither and just use water. But I like this combination. It's very hydrating and healing for my hair. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cleansing conditioning bars and I'm just going to put them in a glass jar. Use glass and not metal because clay does react to metal, so you don't want to use any metal utensils to stir or to house your conditioning bars or to mix it in. So we're using all glass. And then I have my liquid, which has been heated and warmed up. And I'm just, when I get ready to cleanse my hair, I'm just going to take that and I'm going to pour that over there, right on top. And I'm just going to mix it and break it up and stir it until it the hot liquid or the warm liquid will melt my bars and make it into a nice consistency to put on my hair. Okay, so that did not take very long at all for the liquid to melt the bars, and now that is the perfect consistency that I like it for my hair. You can always adjust it to your own preference, but this is perfect for me. So there you have it. Clay hair cleansing and conditioning bars that are a great way to cleanse and condition your hair in a form that's easy to use and quick to use and convenient, and makes a wonderful gift for anybody you know that can use some special treatment and special pampering. Thank you so much and continue to be well.